Morning, Michael from the Silver Fox channel here. Welcome back to the channel. Now today I've seen there's a bit of a breach in Middleton Pier in Hartlepool, so I'm going to pop along and have a look, see what it's all about. I have brought the drone to have a good look, but it is very windy and it has actually just started spitting with rain, so I don't know whether I can do that. But I have brought my big long selfie stick, which is about 4 meters long. Well, monopod type of thing. So I'll see if I can get a picture with this camera, the 360 camera. Let's see what we can do anyway. Come and have a walk along with me and see what's happening. It's quite rough. I can see the breach. It was high tide about an hour and a half ago, so it may be better for me to come back along later. So there's the breach over there. I think the drone's going to be alright if we do it quick. I'm still running on the DJI Mini 3. Could really do with 5. But obviously I can't afford it. So if anybody's feeling generous and wants to buy me a coffee, here's a link up there. You just follow this QR code. You can buy me a coffee. It all helps to keep me cameras maintained. As if you can even hear what I'm saying, that is. Right, here we go. Let's get that drone over there before the rain starts again. The battery isn't as fully charged as I thought it was, as they'll lose power a little bit when they're not being used. It's a battery maintenance thing apparently, but it does my head in. You think you've got your batteries fully charged and all ready to go. You stick them in the drone and nope, you've only got about 50%. Ah well, let's do what we can. This is the biggest of the holes, but there is a couple more either side of this one. That one there to the left, that's about 6 foot wide or about 2 meters, whilst the big one is a lot bigger than that. Definitely wider than I am long, but then again, most things are. And also, we've got that little one there, just to the right of it. I don't know, that's 3 foot wide, a metre, something like that. Right, let's check out the rest of the pier while I've got some battery left in the drone, just to see if there's any more damage. I've been trying to find out some history about the pier, but I can't seem to find any. If you know any, please let me know in the comments, as I'm really interested. I've been calling it Middleton Pier, as are most people, but I was corrected on Facebook to its actual name of the North Pier at Middleton. I believe the original Middleton Pier was derelict and maybe demolished around the 1983 mark, but don't hold me to that and please correct me if I'm wrong. As you can see, the pier splits into two here, and I often ride along both sections on my bike, though it is a bit bumpy and often you have to avoid all the glass as well. There's usually half a dozen fishermen along here, but not today, as the gate was closed off. Anyway, the rest of the pier looks to be in good nick, so I better get back to land before the drone dies and lands in the sea, and then I will be in tears. No! The battery is critical, and might not have enough power to get it back to land. I raced back in sports mode and kept checking to make sure it was over land. The sirens and beeps were going off on the controller, and I felt for sure it was lost forever, and it was going to go down into the sea. I had 4 lots of people help me try to find it, but to no avail. It was lost. Right, no point in crying over spilt milk. The tide has gone down enough now for me to head along the beach and get a little bit closer to that breach. But not too close. I have my big stick, remember. Now I know the tide's on its way out. Yeah, I've checked on the tide timetables, so don't tell me I'm a lunatic. Might get a little bit wet, but I'm not going to drown. That's the plan anyway. Somehow I want to try and get over to there. You can see the waves coming in. Might have to climb over the rocks. There's a wave coming in. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get wet. Come on, sea! Go down, I tell thee! Go down! Oh, getting there. Getting there, lad. How slippy are these? That's fairly slippy. Oh, I'm there, look. I've made it. I've made it. Right, let's go and have a closer look at this. Probably can't hear a single word I'm saying, but I tried. There we go. I'm sure I'm pretty safe down here. And there's one of the festivals there. You can see everything what's fallen out. We have had some pretty rough weather lately, so I'm not going to get too close to that because they look a little bit naughty. But like I said, I do have this big long stick which extends to 3 meters, this one. And I've got another one to go on top of that as well, so let's get that set up. Nothing with these waves don't get me. You definitely don't want to be under those two when they come down. It's been really rough again overnight, so they might have already fallen down for all I know before I've had a chance to get this video edited. It doesn't normally get as rough here as it does on the headland, but it was certainly rough the other day, as you can see in this little video that I made on my phone. Well, I better get a few photographs taken for the Hartlepool Life newspaper, and for my socials of course. I'm hoping that they'll run a story on the damage, and maybe find out who actually owns the pier, or is responsible for the repairs anyway. I'm not sure if it's the council, PD Ports, Tees and Hartlepool Port Authority, or indeed Hartlepool Marina itself. I have no idea. If you know, please let me know in the comments. I suppose I better head back and try and find that drone, hadn't I? I'll be gutted if I've lost it mind. Back over the rocks. It's not as easy it used to be when I was a teenager, running around all over the rocks on the headland. But there's still some life in the old dog yet. Thank you to all the people who tried to help me track the drone down. It was very much appreciated.